ایرلند اجلاس پارلمانی نه به اعدام، تروریسم و سلاح اتمی، آری به تغییر و جمهوری دموکراتیک. با شرکت قانونگذاران مجلسین از احزاب مختلف و سخنرانی آنلاین خانم رجوی، رئیس جمهور برگزیده مقاومت ایران. دوبلین، سه‌شنبه 9 اردیبهشت 1404. بزرگترین دستاورد سیاسی جنبش ما برپایی یک جایگزین دموکراتیک در برابر استبداد حاکم است. شورای ملی مقاومت تبلور خواست مردم در نفی دیکتاتوری های شاه و شیخ است.
Honorable members of the Parliament and Senate of Ireland, dear friends, today the religious dictatorship ruling Iran is one of the most serious threats to peace and security in the world, especially in the Middle East. The recent explosions in the largest port of Iran, with a large number of killed and injured, were the outcome of the regime's destructive military activities. This regime is also the main cause of repression, poverty, unemployment, and war for the people of Iran. The regime executed 22 prisoners in just 3 days between the 21st and 23rd of April. Thousands of other prisoners are on the death row. The Iranian regime is defined by its terrible human rights abuses, warmongering, and its efforts to obtain nuclear weapons. The question is how to address this threat and what the solution might be. There is a viable solution, and that is the overthrow of the regime by the Iranian people and the Iranian resistance. This year we are approaching the 120th anniversary of Iran's constitutional revolution. That revolution was the first of its kind in Asia. Its goals were democracy, a national parliament, the rule of law, freedom of the press, freedom of assembly, and the rejection of dictatorship. That movement faced many defeats, but it was the beginning of Iran's new era. The People's Mujahideen Organization of Iran, PMOI, founded exactly 60 years ago, is that the continuation of that revolution. The PMOI, with a progressive, democratic, tolerant understanding of Islam and commitment to separation of religion and the state, aimed to achieve freedom, independence, and popular sovereignty. They fought with all their strength to overthrow the Shah's dictatorship. They made many sacrifices. Even the founders of the organization were executed by the Shah's regime. For more than 40 years, this resistance has been leading the call for the separation of religion and the state. It is also the strongest advocate of oppressed ethnic groups in Iran, and it leads a major movement for gender equality. For over 30 years, women have held key leadership roles within the movement. They have inspired many women in Iran to rise up and fight for freedom. Another great achievement of this resistance has been exposing the regime's nuclear projects and secret sites. Without these efforts, the world's top state sponsor of terrorism could have already built a nuclear bomb. Politically, the greatest achievement of this movement is forming a democratic alternative to the ruling dictatorship. The National Council of Resistance of Iran, NCRI, embodies the Iranian people's desire in rejecting the dictatorships of the Shah and the mullahs. It stands for the separation of religion and state, the abolition of the death penalty, and a non-nuclear Iran that always defends peace in the Middle East. This alternative provides a guarantee against chaos. It also guarantees national unity after the fall of the regime. And it guarantees a democratic and peaceful process for the transfer of power. This process includes forming a transitional government for a maximum of 6 months, then holding elections for a constituent assembly to write a new constitution. Honorable representatives, the NCRI does not seek to seize power. It aims to transfer power to the people of Iran. Yes, freedom is our cause. I believe the people of Ireland, with their proud history of 700 years of resistance for independence, can deeply understand the value of such a struggle and the sacrifices it requires. We remember the inspiring phrase of Theobald Wolff Thon, who said, "Our cause is the cause of liberty. It is the cause of mankind." Our movement has paid the price to standing up against the mullahs with massacres, demonization, and brutal repression by this regime. Right now, some supporters of the PMI are facing death sentences. Many members of this movement have been in prison for 10 years, 20 years, and even more. Recently, Amnesty International said that 64% of all recorded executions in the world happened in Iran. This shows the regime's fear of uprisings and of being overthrown. In the past 30 years, Western governments have tried many appeasement policies toward this regime, but all of them have failed. Now, it is time for a major change in Europe's policy toward Iran. The most important part of this change is to stand with the Iranian people. I hope the Parliament and Senate of Ireland will officially support the struggle and uprising of the Iranian people, just as the majority of Irish Senate members did in their statement last year. We call on Europe and the world to take the following steps: add the Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, to the list of terrorist organizations, declare the Iranian regime as a serious threat to global peace and security, and place it under Chapter 7 of the United Nations Charter. Immediately activate the snapback mechanism under UN Security Council Resolutions 2231 and restore past UN Security Council resolutions on the regime's nuclear projects. Recognize the Iranian people's struggle to overthrow the regime and support the resistance of brave young Iranians fighting the IRGC. Thank you all very much.